Welcome to the Drop In with Pindy podcast from Warriors TMA Academy, a podcast for everyone from business inspirational leaders, combat sports enthusiasts, martial artists, and fitness fans. Together, we can build our self-discipline, confidence, and positive mindsets through great leaders. Now, here's your host, coach and former pro fighter, Pindy Matahar.
Everyone, welcome here for another episode here of the Dropping with Pindy podcast. I am with the legend that is Mr. Nathan Bendon, everyone. I've been pestering Nathan to get on this podcast for a while now. We finally made it happen.
I know, I'm sorry I'm busy.
No, it's good, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming down. Nate, there's been the reason I want to get you on here for a long time. Your journey to where you are now has been crazy. Like I've known you a long time. Can't remember exactly what year, but I've known you a long time from where you started off to where you are now. You've gone to a different sport, you even box, you come back, and now you're absolutely tearing it up. And you're one fight away from accomplishing that dream, basically. How does it feel to be where you was to where you are now? Because one of the things that stood out to me, and I follow you on socials, is your mindset's completely switched. And what I'm being by that is that you've got tunnel vision now, and from where you was years and years ago, you always had that focus, but now you're just a different mindset. You're fixed on that one goal, which we know you're gonna get on one. I'm backing you all the way, and I know you're gonna get it. But how does it feel, man? Just talk to us, explain to us like where that switch came from, because you went down a different route in a different sport to then come back into the sport. Like,
I think it's just maturity, Pindy.
Yeah.
Like when I was younger, I was a rough and tough kid, liked the fight. But then to be an athlete, it's not about being rough and tough, is it? You've got to be smart. You've got to look after yourself. And it's just maturity. I've grown up in the last, 3-4 years where I'm now. It's like I haven't got all the time in the world.
Yeah.
It's coming. I am getting older.
True.
And eventually it will come to an end.
Yeah.
So while I've got these years now, I need to make sure that I've got one purpose, one goal, and that's to do the best that I can in the sport for myself, for my family, for my future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was reading something the other day. I was watching it the other day. It's a podcast with Jamie Carragher, the footballer, and he's going on about, like, as a kid, these guys that are professional footballers, they're bringing themselves up. They're coming in, obviously, they've only got one goal in mind, which is to become a professional footballer. But that part of your life is a really short spell of your life, and you don't realise that. At the time, you think that's everything. But that part of your life, you need to put not 100%, you need to put 110% into it.
Exactly. And there's other people putting that 110 in.
Yeah.
There's people that are in the second stage of their life or their career. You're the young, hungry, one in the row, one in all the goals or whatever. And then these are the people that know what it takes to get what they need. Yeah. They're putting it in as well. So to compete, you've got to be doing it,
100%. You had a really active year last year.
Yeah.
And the last few years, obviously, but coming out of COVID, when we came out of it, I've watched you a long time. But obviously, I know it's come with maturity, but your style's changed a lot. Yeah. From a bit like you've got that slickness with you, but when you want to, you can turn it on and you can pop it again. Does that make sense?
Yeah, exactly. It is the maturity of it, though. It's learning and being able to, adapt, because I have got the animal in me. I can still go and have a tear up. It's not difficult for me. That's the easy bit. The difficult for me is to stay calm and, pick the shots and be relaxed. So that's the thing that I've really been focusing on, making sure I'm making good decisions. Yeah. That's the motto in the gym now, good decisions, no free lunches, good decisions, everything.
Do you think that's the difference between the level, like you see, for example, like Haggerty on one, like that sort of level where, world class level, like to that, to again, like people like Rodtang, the Hitman, to the average Joe here in the small. Do you get what I mean? In the politest way of putting it.
Yeah, they've been around the block, haven't they? Everything comes with experience, So if you'll know what's a good decision and what's a bad decision, because you've already made the bad decisions and you've already made the good decisions. 100%. It's just you've got to be able to process them at that split second, in that time, in that moment, under the big lights, while someone's trying to kill you.
Literally.
If you can do that, you'll be good. If you can't, then you'll make some good decisions and make some bad ones.
Yeah. What's your mindset going into? Obviously, I don't know if there's a date confirmed or not for the next one, but you're one fight away, man. You're one fight. What's your? Is there any? When I say game plans as such, is there anything going into it where you're going to think, right, this is what I'm going to be doing, or you just?
So he's obviously, in terms of the actual fight itself, he's going to be elbow, knee, long. He's very pointy. He's quite tall. He's got good feet, good pace. Yeah. He touches to hit hard, whatever. Yeah. But the fight will be comfortable for me because I train enough to make it that way. Just like the other fights that I've had in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
Those 6 fights, they were all relatively comfortable. Adam Noy, the WBC World Title fight, was very difficult because he didn't do what we expected him to do.
Okay.
But once we changed the game, midway through round 3, I won comfortably. It's not going to be too difficult.
Yeah.
Although I do believe Coakley deserves one championship as well. We're both in the same point of our career.
Yeah.
We've had wins, we've had losses, we've been around, fought everyone. Everyone wants to watch us fight. We're names in the sport at the moment.
Yeah, 100%.
And we both should be paid and on the global stage where one championship can give us,
100%.
So I do believe he deserves one, just like I do. But, I will train relentlessly, intelligently. Yeah. I'll be fit, strong, and I'll be ready.
100%. I can see it already. You can see it in just with you talking now. You can see it.
And that's what I mean. People say, your mindset is a switch, it's a persona, whatever. It's just, if you believe it, you can achieve it, man.
100%. Absolutely.
And that's what it is.
Yeah, 110%. Definitely. When you do get to one, the style changes. The style changes. I know you can bang. We've seen you bang. But the Thai style changes. I had Liam here on the podcast, and he was explaining like the first time he went onto one, like that was where he understood the difference in the style. Like there's certain things you can do, long guard, etc., with obviously the Thai gloves on. But as soon as there's MMA gloves on, as soon as there's no ropes for you to bounce back off, the style changes.
There's no protection really, is there?
Yeah,
like move your head rather than block things.
It becomes more like a boxing bout, which again, you're. The
thing is, it's basically a dog fight, isn't it? You got little gloves on. Anything you touch them with is going to have damage effects and it's going to hurt.
Yeah.
It's what I'm here for. If you want to stand around and left kick and move around and teep and have a nice night, like that's going to be difficult for me.
Yeah.
But if we're going to have a war, then that's where I excel and that's what I enjoy.
Yeah.
One championship, I will do better in one than I will in traditional Muay Thai.
Is that what you prefer?
Yeah, definitely.
Is that what you prefer?
Yeah, them little gloves as well. Like it's, you've got that confidence where if you do touch them, you do clip them, you're hurting them.
Yeah.
So you just keep touching them, keep hitting them. It will work.
I can see it in the UK now, because obviously there's promoters left, right. There's a promoter everywhere. Yeah. There's shows every weekend, everywhere. But I think in the next 5 years, and I can see this, I don't know if you can, but I can see this happening where Thai is going to completely switch, and everyone's going to be fighting freeze. It's going to be probably, even for like these little, like, N class, C class, probably not the 4-round scores, but they probably have the MMA spar master things. Bumpers. Yeah, maybe getting used to that. But I can see it going from 5 rounds to 3 rounds and being more that culture of Thai disappearing slowly. From me being a fan of Thai boxing from a kid, it's something I don't like. Something I don't like admitting personally, but I can see that happening, if that makes sense, and something that I've got to accept.
To be honest, Pindy, I know what you're saying, and it's almost evolving now, isn't it? Because obviously MCGP are doing the 3 rounds, and everyone's fighting on the shows. It's one of the most watched promotions in the UK or around the world, maybe easily. It is making that transition, but for Muay Thai to be exciting, for it to put bums on seats, to produce the income, to produce the the fame that the fighters deserves. Yeah, it's got to go like that.
It has to. It has to evolve. It has to evolve. I was talking to some of the MMA guys recently as well, and the goal was always number one, which is they want to get to UFC. now the path is opened up for them as well. So like you're getting some fighters in MMA that they still want to pursue the UFC.
Yeah.
But the way one treat their fighters and the way the one like protect their fighters as such. I've got a lot of like friends of mine that are up and coming in MMA, and their goal they want to get to one. Yeah. What one are doing, I wish I was still fighting. Do you know what I mean? Like just to kind of like just kind of go.
And that is why I have, you know, knuckled down and thought this is what I've got to do, and to be the best at it, I need to start acting like that, believing that, and training like that,
manifest on it
like that. Do you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's cool, man. I know for a fact you do it. I can't wait for you to see you do it. But that's happening now. Let's go back in time and let's see where it all started. Because fighting, I'm sure you probably say something you've always wanted to do. But what made you take that? You've probably been doing it as a kid. I think you started at K-Star. As a kid. But then making that switch, you didn't do the typical thing of going to college or uni or whatever and just saying, this is where I want to dedicate my life. Because then you opened your gym and everything. But let's go back in time and say where it all started from.
You know, I had a few fights as a junior, then I had a few C-class, and then I fought you. Didn't we? We had a ding-dong, didn't we? Didn't we? Right ding-dong that was.
We did. That was a fun fight, man.
Great fight. And
popped my ribs.
Beat me up. That's what would you want me to do. And after that fight, even though I lost and you won, it was people were coming up to me, even a lot of your fans. How many tickets do you reckon you sold to that fight?
Fucking hell. I remember that fight, and I probably did close to 100.
Easy.
Close to 100, because all I remember, right, is you walked out first.
Yeah.
And there was a chair. I was like, fuck, he's got all of Birmingham there, it felt like. And then I remember walking out, and I just remember feeling the vibration under my feet. I was like, whoa, what's this shit's just got real.
But you had the Bhangra drums.
Yeah.
I was there, and the geezer was giving it the drums, and I was thinking, fuck, you know.
There you go.
He's coming with an army. Yeah. You know? And that was really a turning point, because even though, you know, I didn't win, everyone was cheering for both of us, you know? And then everyone talked about it, and at Kickboxing, the forum was wild on it. It was crazy. It was a part of me where I thought, all right, even if I don't win fights, I'm going to do well.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to start trying to progress. And it was really, you were the turning point in my career. I was 17, you know?
Wow.
So it was a big step. And then I started fighting for, I had a British title fight, started fighting like A-class, had a British title fight, won that.
I remember that fight. That was on a Gay Crush. Was it Gay Crush?
Yeah, I remember. Black Widow Promotions. Stopped the guy in the first round.
Yeah.
So, it was a big buzz again. Everything, like, emotions are high. I'm like 18 at the time now. I'm thinking I'm the man. I'm untouchable, you know?
Yeah.
And then it was, a couple of fights, some international opponents, winning, losing, but doing well, getting myself into the rankings.
Yeah.
And then I had a baby, got married.
Oh.
And then I needed to buy a house. We lived in a 2-bed flat, and there was 3 of us. The flat was
too small.
It's big as this table. It's ridiculous.
Wow.
So we needed to buy a house. So then I was going to the boxing gym just for extra pads and bag work. They offered me a pro boxing license, £1,200 a week to go and fight 4 rounds. Yeah, sound. I'll do that. But then when I had my boxing license, they said you can't fight Thai and boxing, so I had to make a decision. It was a short-term decision to make, but it was for the greater good, really.
Yeah.
You know, and it did sacrifice a lot of my happiness, because while I was boxing, I wasn't the best at it anymore. It was a new sport to me.
Yeah.
There was no passion there. You know what I mean? Like there was. I knew I was never going to get to one championship level, or like the bit beyond the Eddie Hearn shows and stuff. I knew that wasn't going to be able for me. So I didn't have the passion. Once I got the money, we got the deposit, got the house. That was it then. Right, time to go and back to where I belong.
Wicked.
Go and take my place on the throne, and that's what I'm doing now.
Wicked. That's amazing. That's awesome. And I watched some of your boxing bouts. Like, I know you said there was no desire, there was no passion. It probably felt like a job for you, but we know everyone's seen you in the Thai fights with your hands. You've got some crazy hands. But talk to us about the differences between the sports. Obviously, there's an obvious reason you can only use your hands, but like the preparations, all of that. Like what was going through your head? And
so the thing was, I the away fighter. I was going to fight in their home shows.
Right.
So the way they do it is, do they want Nathan Bendon, who's got a load of Thai boxing experience? I'm on the Yokow show. I'm on, there's videos all over YouTube. There's podcasts, there's interviews, there's whatever, yeah?
Yep.
Or do they want, someone else that's having his first fight, or probably had 20 fights, 20 losses? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which one do they want? So then the new lads, the 4-rounders, they get the 20 lads, 20 losses,
Yep.
Whereas me, the only lads that I was going to be fighting were 6-rounders, 8-rounders, and then for bouts it was 10-rounders. So I had to fight the good
tough,
level.
yeah.
They've had a load of amateurs. They've run beaten in their 4-rounders. They've had a couple of 6-rounders. They want to move up to 8 and 10-rounders.
And they want to step it up, yeah.
Exactly. And because it was, there wasn't a lot of desire, so I was training, but I wasn't cutting weight. I was walking around a lot fitter.
Bigger. Okay.
So I was walking around at 70, and I'd fight on a day's notice at 70. These boys are coming down day before weighing, cutting a load of weight, and then I'm fighting them. I'm probably 71 in the ring, 70. They're 75, 77, and we're having a ding-dong.
Yeah.
I won 3 of the fights against good level lads, and I lost 3 of the fights against good level lads. So, but every fight that I had, I never got stopped. And every fight that I had, we had a good tear up.
Yeah.
I made a lot of fans as well, if you like.
From the boxing world, yeah. Fair play.
Do
those fans still follow you now? In the sense of following in your journey now?
So you can become friends with them. We do sparring and that now as well. So we'll go down to East Side and I'll spar the lads as well. So
wicked.
Just to get extra work.
And
good.
What are you doing differently now in terms of your training camp? Because I know you've got years and years of experience, but gone are the times where you just used to go to the gym, hit pads 5 rounds, 6, and then leave and do a few.
So I've got John Whitehouse, who's got a degree in sports science.
Oh wow.
And then Rob Peacock, who's been to Thailand a lot.
Yeah.
Trained with Pimu, trained with Tony, trained with all the top boys there. So
Yeah.
I've got those 2 now in my corner. When fight camp starts, we write down Monday to Sunday what we're doing.
Yep.
Who we're sparring. Where I need to go. If I need to go up to Leeds to Bagco, if I go to Sutton Coldfield with Henry, it's all organised. Rather than just going, I'm going to go to the gym, hit 5 rounds of pads and maybe do a little skip and maybe some abs or whatever. It's like, this is what you're doing, this is what you're doing. Your strength program's this. I've got a strength conditioning coach. It's all set up. My nutritionist, Peter Miller, is on board. He's great as well. And we've become really good friends. So we had the banter and I can tell him anything.
Yeah.
Never say, you might not want to tell him you've had a pizza because you don't want to be a fat twat, but I've had a pizza. He's like, don't worry, don't have this, and this, and you'll be sweet, and that's that.
And that's it, then the calories all
exactly,
of that.
Yeah, and pizza is my weakness, what can I say?
Join the club, mate, join the club. Fucking love it. And then with the gym as well. So how do you find that work-life balance as such? What I mean by that, you've got a beautiful family, you've got your journey to one which you're going to be getting, and you're trying to run a business at the same time. How you finding all of that? I know it's all about
life is a juggle. It's a juggle, but it's the cards I've been dealt. So really with the gym it's like a family. I grew up in a house full of women. I had 3 sisters and a mum and my nan. Grew up in a house full of women. I've now got a house full of women. I've got 2 daughters and my wife. The gym is where all the boys are. They're my brothers and my father and whoever else. It's easy at the gym because we have the banter. Everyone's in check. Everyone's got respect for each other.
Yeah.
There's no outcasts. There's no idiots. There's no cliques. There's no madness like that.
Yeah.
It runs itself with me. Do you know what I mean?
Okay,
I don't run the gym. We all, as a team, we make it work together.
Brilliant.
We had in December we had 7 lads fight on a show. A month before that we had a ladder show in Liverpool. Couple of months before that, we had 6 lads fighting on shows. We've got active lads fighting all the time.
Brilliant.
And it's there's not just one coach in there. You've got John, Rob and me, but then all the other lads help each other. It's a good family community, that's good. So the gym's sorted, the gym's sweet. The family life is what gets compromised, and unfortunately, they're the ones that are most important as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
When you can't spend time with the family because you're training or you're traveling, you're spending time in wherever, traveling for fights or for training. You're away for weekends on end, and then you got your own lads fighting, so you're away in
With
different,
them.
different cities. You know, it's hard work, and they do sacrifice a lot, and they do take a lot of the brunt. So family, I've got a good wife, thankfully, and my daughters are amazing. They're just happy to see me. They're obviously they're upset when I'm not there all the time, but when I come back, we make the most of it. So
fair play.
So there's no like, no blame there. It's
small little sacrifice for a big win at the end of it. Do you get what I mean?
And it's not going to be forever.
No.
It's not going to be forever.
Like
it needs to be
earlier.
for now.
Yeah, like we touched upon earlier, this is you're in this for a short period of your life.
Exactly.
Until the next chapter. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then keep your body going until you know.
And this is perfect timing. I'm a mature adult. I'm 30 next month. I'm a mature man.
Still young, man.
Yeah,
You're still young. Do you get what I mean?
I'm not a 22-year-old kid where I'm not fully developed or done all my learning.
Yeah. Your body's at its
peak now.
Yeah.
And I won't lose now. It will take someone very special to beat me. I've done all my learning.
Yeah.
I've had all them mistakes. I made all the bad decisions.
Yeah.
I make good decisions now. Yeah.
100%.
And it's just got to stay on track, stay on course. Get to the end.
Talking of obviously your body being in the peak, obviously there's a myth, isn't there? They're saying, when you get to your late 20s, early 30s, that's when you're at your peak. But now there's sports science that's saying, mid 30s, late 30s, all these fighters are now even lasting further. Like
all the UFC champs, aren't
I was just about to say
32,
all the
33, 34.
Yeah. It's in the 30s now, and there's some fighters that are now going into the sport in their late 30s, early 40s in the UFC, and I was like, man, it's crazy. Like to see how everything is developing and how your body's actually conditioning. Like football's I'll keep referring back to football because the average football player mid-30s will retire, early 30s will retire. But even footballers are now lasting slightly longer. Like not everyone, but majority are lasting longer.
I want to be done by 35 though.
You want to?
Yeah, I want to be done. I want to be done because then I get time with my family.
Yeah.
35, I'll be happy to finish.
Yeah.
And if I didn't fight again now, I've won a WBC International, won a WBC
Nice as
World
belt
title.
going.
Yeah, it's on the mantelpiece at home. A lovely little green shiny thing. I should have brought it with me.
Yeah.
I'm number 1 in the UK.
Yeah.
The next step, the only thing that's left for me is to be signed by one.
That's it.
I get signed by one, and then it's get the one bout, and then you get the one bout. What is it then?
Nothing better than that, is
5
there?
years. 5 years. I'll be one championship.
You obviously got your fight coming up. Is the dates confirmed for that? Is that, or is it kind of in the pipeline?
Yeah, still in talks. Yeah.
You win that, you'll get to one. Are you eyeing up anyone, or what? Who do you want to fight? Who do you want to fight?
So you got to look at it. So you've got people like in my weight. You got like Rodlick, who's a monster. Now that's like a legacy fight, isn't it?
Yeah.
So. And now Haggerty's moved up as well now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So Haggerty's at 66. So, but Haggerty's like a local hero as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it would be someone like Rodlick. I'm not interested in fighting Simon Petch first.
No, okay.
He's like stylistically, no, thank you.
Yeah.
Give me a couple of fights in the little gloves. Build me up like you build
just like
others.
everyone else. Yeah.
Rodlick, but although Rodlick's like number 3, isn't he? Ranked number 3.
Yeah, he's 2 or 3, I think he is.
That Hansa Hao, is he Chinese, the guy?
Yeah, I think he's Asian.
Asian.
Yeah.
So he's like a good first fighter.
Yeah.
You've got Adam Noy, who I've already beat. He's a good first fighter.
Mm-hmm.
There's the one that Harrison fought. That was it Pretty Boy something? Jordan Pretty Boy, whatever his name was. Don't know. He elbowed him, nearly killed him.
Yeah. Oh gosh!
He nearly died.
In the ring, that was the ring one, wasn't it? Where he fell into the ropes afterwards. Yeah.
That's him.
That was a disgusting fight. Yeah.
I sparred Nongo as well. He did a seminar at.
Was this last year?
Immortal. Yeah. Just recently. Like I think it was.
Couple of months.
It was October. It was. So he come over, did a seminar.
Yeah.
They invited me down. Immortal, Charlie O'Neill, and Jay McManus, brilliant boys. They invited me down. Nongo's there, coaching the seminar and sparring.
Sick.
Amazing. It was brilliant. He's only this big, Honestly, he's about this big. He's tiny.
Wow.
He's a monster though. He's great. Showed me a lot of new things, a lot of nice tricks.
Nice.
Things that I can develop and add on.
Because I said I've spoke to speaking to Dan McGowan about it, and Dan was telling me about Nongo's like for his size, for his accuracy. It's not so much like he's the most powerfulest fighter in the world, but it's his accuracy, his pinnacle with it. Like if he wants to kick you just there, he'll kick you there, but he'll get you there again. Then he'll get you there again, or do you get what I mean? Yeah. It's like he's just a.
He was saying that as well. He was showing the inside leg kick, technique with the inside leg kick. He was like 1 or 2, he'll be okay.
Constantly
4, 5, 6, 10,
and it's the same spot. He's getting the same spot,
and his distance, like management, is amazing. Like it could be the other side of the room and slide in right kick. Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Brilliant. Honestly, really good. Someone I can learn off as well. Yeah, but someone I would like to fight
eventually.
Why not? Why not?
Absolutely.
Anyone's a dream at the moment.
That I can't. Honestly, I'm so excited. As a little fanboy, I'm so excited to see you do it, man. Honestly, I can see it happening. But you've got a really good network here in the UK as well that's helping you prepare. And I see it on your socials that you go down, and you don't go down to just have a little tippy-tap training session. You go down and you go for it. Like, do you get what I mean? You put it in, like you travel up Leeds all the time. I've seen you travel here, there and everywhere, like putting in the work to do it.
The way I see it is you're going to travel, you're going to spend time away from your family, you're going to spend money. You're going to go there, you need to get the most out of it.
100%.
You know?
Yeah.
So I make sure I'm fit, I make sure I'm sharp, I make sure I'm doing what I should be doing.
Yeah.
In terms of the game plan or the techniques that I want to throw against an opponent or whatever. And I make sure that I get the good rounds in and I give the lads the good rounds as well.
Yeah.
If it's just touching, which is allowed as well, but I'm not driving 3.5 hours to spar Liam Harrison and, I want to make sure my legs fell off. Do you know what I mean? Take it with you.
I remember one of my, because as you know, I travelled up Badco all the time when I was in my last few fights I was doing. I remember sparring Jordan, and it was a fucking disgusting. I got kicked in the neck like there, and I remember throwing across, and I just get kicked. I can't remember anything after, and I got back to Coventry.
Yeah,
have no idea how.
Like, where am I?
Literally, I got back to. So I was concussed there and then. I have no idea, but I just remember that time, and I was like, I messaged him like after. I was like, what happened? Like, and then he was telling me, do you know what I mean? Like, I was just, when you just get.
You drove back to Coventry and not realised.
Not realised. Wow. Didn't get sparked right. Just when you just get, it's like, oh fucking hell, and it's like
blank.
Bam. But
might have to get that checked,
Yeah.
Jeez, come on.
Fucking concussed, man. I remember that.
I remember the first time I sparred Jordan. So I went to Badco. And
felt like hanging your gloves up, yeah?
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying. You've got Liam Harrison and Jordan Watson, the boys that you've watched all through your career as a young kid.
Yeah.
And you're going to start doing rounds with them. I was thinking, whoo, this might get tasty. I was a bit anxious, obviously, as you
Yeah.
And I've touched gloves with Jordan, and he took a deep breath. I was like, "You're all right." And he was like, "I'm just a bit anxious." I was like, "Yes, he's human.
Wicked.
He's human." And also he had that anxiety from sparring me as well. So I must be doing something right.
That's wicked.
And
man.
it was brilliant. He beat me up, to be honest. So it was perfect.
Mate, I can't. I wish he's back fighting again. I hope he comes back because he's living it out in Thailand.
Is Thailand, is it? Is he in
Samui? Is it Samui? Yeah.
Has he got his own little gym going?
Yeah, he's running a gym out there. I think he's invested in the gym. I'm not 100% sure, but he's living life there, man.
It was great as well, wasn't it? It would have been great if he trained hard though.
Yeah, he used to.
Yeah, but you hear these stories of they're training hard, whatever, and then like they have a couple of wins, and then they just fight and still win.
Yeah,
he was fighting and still winning,
and not
training. How?
It's impossible, man.
I hate people like that, mate. I hate them.
I still remember his fight, and you probably remember this. Remember the one where his teeth got knocked out? Do you remember this was the MSA shows back in the day when the one when he fought Borkow, the one before that. I think he got elbows, and I remember like his teeth just got pulled out. I was like, that's right, man. But like he's been through some wars. I really wish to watch him with Borkow. That second one should have happened. Now, especially in the stage of their career, why can't they? They're both at that stage. Do you get what I mean? But yeah, man. What would be an ideal fight for you to see as a fanboy? Not for you personally, but someone that you want to, the two fighters you want to watch?
Day and age now, it's current fighters.
Right now.
It's been matched. It's Liam Griffin versus Jack Kennedy.
Oh, has that been done?
It's been done. Yeah, it's on Diamond Fight Promotions. It's on the 11th of March. It's going to be an absolute stormer. I'm really excited about it. Liam's training with me now as well.
Oh, is he?
So he's he's just opened up his own gym as well in Stoke. But he's training at ours, and he's going to fight Jack Kennedy. It's going to be a wicked fight.
That's going to be a
great clash of styles.
Yeah.
And Kennedy will walk forward, knee and elbow, body kick, and I think Jordan will Liam will grab him. Liam will grab him and clinch him and drain him. But then Kennedy doesn't get tired. You can't hurt Kennedy.
The guy's got a gas tank.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's going to be such a good fight.
That's going to be cool.
But the both, I've trained with both. Obviously, I fought Kennedy, and I've trained with him a lot. And I trained with Liam as well. So it's going to be one of them.
Yeah.
I don't wish either of them to lose.
It's just going to be an entertainer. It's going to be entertaining.
Great fight.
If in your career that you've had some awesome opponents, you've had some real tough ones, you've had, like you said at the beginning of this podcast, you said earlier on in these stages you would just get that animal instinct, see red and just go for it and walk forward and go wild, and now you're using your head a bit more. You can switch it whenever you want. But in your career, who would you say has been the fight that stands out to you where you've been, I wouldn't say enjoyed it as much, but like where you've been like, wow, this is the performance of my life. This is where I know I've had to use this, and switch it.
There's two. So firstly was Ondash. I fought a guy called Ahmed Ondash on the Phoenix show.
When was that?
It was 2016 maybe.
Okay.
15, I don't know. But he came out very flashy. He'd kick and move. He was so quick. You couldn't hit him back because he was gone.
Right.
Gone. Obviously, I'm training under Dean James and Tony Myers.
At this time.
Okay.
Okay.
They know what to do. They know how to deal with it. So it was a 3-round fight. I've lost round 1 just by getting touched and moves off. I can't hit him.
Okay.
Round 2, I've come back to the corner. They've said, don't throw anything until you push him back to the rope, because then he can't move. If you push him back to the rope and then fire, he can't go anywhere. And then you'll end up in clinch. And you're obviously stronger than him. See how it goes. Stopped him in round 3 with 1 second of the fight to go. He got stopped with a big knee. It was horrible. They probably should have stopped it about 20 seconds beforehand, but they didn't. So that was a big standout one, because I had to really adapt and I had to listen to the corner, and I had to really think of that. He wasn't hurting me. He wasn't powerful, but he was quick. It was something I had to overcome.
Would you say that's the first fight you had where you had to really use this, where you had to switch?
Yeah, definitely.
That was a bit of
because usually, because I've got that, malice in me. I go through them. I can steamroll some people, and even if I don't knock them out or stop them, they don't throw anything because they're defending a lot. They're hurting. Yeah. The big one, the big standout, was Chris Shaw.
And that was recently.
That was 2018. That was after Ondash. That was maybe 2018. So I was number 1 at 63.5. He was number 1 at 61.5.
Yeah.
Chris Shaw's obviously a big name.
Massive.
We I went to Scotland to fight him on the POS show.
Yeah.
We had a right war, and there was a lot of shit talk on social media.
Yeah.
Before the fight. So it was all in heightened. It was. I started the shit talk, to be honest. There was a body shot knockout, and I tagged him in it, and I was like, "This is what you're getting, basically."
Yeah.
So then he started messaging me, going, "Listen, put your money up. We'll double the purse. Whoever loses goes home with nothing." I said, "All right." I couldn't say no. I didn't want to, because I was fighting Chris Shaw. Chris Shaw's a good name, big name, beat everyone.
Yeah.
And I'm fighting on his home turf, and it's from my number 1 spot. I'm thinking, man, you don't take everything off me.
Literally.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then, obviously, I fought him in the fight. I remember punching and him body kicking me, and I remember thinking to myself,
"You were punching, he was body kick."
Yeah, he's body kicked me.
Yeah.
I remember thinking to myself, punch and lift your leg, punch, lift my leg, and kicked him back, and I thought, yes. So I really adapted in there, and I thought on the spot. It was brilliant. It was a great learning fight for me.
Yeah.
He was a lot more experienced as well. Chris Shaw had fought better people at the time. He was definitely the favourite to win. Fight record and interviews with all the fighters at the show, like that, fought on it, and people that were there to watch the show. And not one person said that Bendon was going to win. Not one person. Everyone in the venue said that Chris Shaw was going to win. I did an interview with them after, and they told me, and I just said, well, they can all doubt me. It's all right. But that was really a big, that kind of propelled my career as well, because it was the first big name that I'd beaten, that was local and recognised.
Yeah, that's massive.
And it was a real thinking one. It wasn't too painful. I think I broke a rib maybe, but it wasn't too painful. But it was really like mentally demanding. It was great.
Was that 5-rounder?
5-rounder.
5-rounder, and from literally first round.
Round. If you get it up on YouTube,
I need to get
that Sunchai did a highlight of it as well.
Oh, did it? Oh, wicked.
Let's have a little
I'll check that out. We'll get it on this straight away.
Yeah, man.
That's cool, man. So that was probably, those 2 fights were probably a changing point of your career.
Yeah, obviously the Adam Noy fight was demanding because he was very intelligent, very calm. It was more of a poker face. You know what the French are like? They have no expression, do they?
Literally,
it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I kick him and I know it hurts, and he's just there looking at me like he's walking to the shop. It's ridiculous. So that was mentally challenging, mentally demanding, because it was something I had to overcome. You know, it wasn't visuals. You know, usually you hurt people in the wince, but you know you got to realise you're still hurting him, you're still scoring. You know, it isn't about a dogfight every time. It's about getting the points. It's about getting the win. It's about getting the bout. You know, that's what I had to do.
Yeah.
So it worked.
Mate, it's incredible, man. Seeing where you come from to where it is now. You've got a real good solid team of you at your gym as well. You've got some real good up and coming fighters. Recently, I just saw it on Siam Boxing with your lad that knocked it with the head kick.
Edmund head kick KO of the year. It was.
Did it get the KO of the year? That's brilliant.
It was naughty. So what it was, we were training because it was hard to match him. The thing with Edmund is he's had like 5 fights now, but he went to Thailand and had a fight on Max. Had a fight on Max Muay Thai, his first or second fight.
Yeah.
And when they announced him to have like 18 fights or something. And I think he was a bit nervous. So he just ran and elbowed the guy and knocked him out. So now it's like, how are we going to match him? So then promoters are looking for a fighter 61 kilo, 6 fights. I say, I've got a lad. They find him on YouTube, on Max.
See
and they
Max.
go, no, we can't fight. So it was hard to match. So what we had to do was he had to fight K1 on this show.
Right.
On the last one. So it was a K1 fight. So he was going low kick. And he's snappy with the legs. He's got a lot of power. It was getting him to low kick. And don't rush it, but low kick and then go to the head.
Did it?
Deck chaired him. It was horrible.
Mate,
I felt really sorry for the opponent as well, because Joey trains at 4th Dimension.
Yeah.
He's trained. We've done a bit of sparring together and stuff. He's a lovely lad, great lad. You know, I felt my heart bled for him, but like, you know, it's part of the game.
It's a sport.
It's
a sport we're in, isn't it?
Yeah.
But he's powerful for that weight, man. For his weight, like
61, he's a monster, and he's fast as well. Like as a sparring partner, he's the one that kind of hurts you.
Yeah,
like, everything's bony and point. If he kicks your arm, it hurts your forearm.
You can feel it. Yeah,
horrible.
you can feel it. You can feel it. But it's nice to see that you're bringing these fighters up. Do you get what I mean? And you're getting a team. I know it's a team effort, but you're getting a team under. You're getting you're already out there, but you're getting your team out there and sharing the wins. Which do you get
all
what I
it
mean?
is someone. All the boys, they just need a leader.
Yeah.
And the reason why they're doing so well is because they're molding themselves with me. You know, it's perfect. We're doing it together. Yeah. It's not like oh, I'm gonna be up here and you guys stay down there. They're gonna come with me.
Are you gonna get the kids doing the same? Because I know you got kids that do the interclubs and stuff like that. I know that's interclub, but the kids are now getting these like championships and stuff like that. You entering them into it as well or not?
Yeah. The thing with ours is it's a lot of our kids. They just do it for fun. Yeah. We've got 3 or 4 people that could probably fight. You know, from the age of 5 to 10. There's probably 4 of them that could fight. Yeah. But it's for now. It's just keeping them in the gym, making sure they stay focused on the gym. And you know, if you push them too much, they go the opposite way. Come back, they go the opposite way. So when they're ready and they want to, you know, we'll be here. Yeah,
that's cool, man. No, Nate. And so you've got potentially early part of the year fight, potentially first quarter, and then that contract gets signed. And then that's it, man. Your goals achieved from there on, isn't it?
The thing is, though, I don't know when. So when I beat Coakley, I don't know when the fight on 1 would be. Say if I fight Coakley in April, for instance, for argument's sake, fight him in April. That's 4 months without a fight, which is fine because I get to learn, I get to nurse any injuries, I get to spend time with the family, run the gym. It's cool. But then by June, I want to be back in, or like end of May. if I can. And then August is always a good time to be fighting.
You want to be active, don't you?
I want to be active.
You don't want to just have a...
And also, I don't want people to forget about me. Do you know what I mean? I want to stay in the limelight. I want to stay on the
radar.
on the hot radar. Yeah,
100%.
That's what I want to do. I work hard for it. Give me the opportunity.
Yeah.
You know? So hopefully, beat Coakley one. Again this year. If I don't get a fight on one this year, hopefully I'll be able to fight on another promotion.
Because you're allowed to do that with one, isn't it? You're not restricted.
I don't know. I think you have to ask permission, but I'm not sure. I don't know.
I know it's different with Liam because Liam's Liam, but
yeah.
I know there's a couple of fighters like James Smith. I know he's a one fighter, but he's fought recently on was it MTG or something? I don't know, but I don't know what the contract says.
I've seen Nolan was talking about it, and he was saying it is difficult to be able to get a fight on another show, I believe. But especially when you're signing, I beat Coakley April. If they don't give me a contract straight away, or like there's no agreement signed or a date or whatever, I can fight again in May, can't I?
Yeah. Yeah, of course, man.
And then get one at the end of the year with one, hopefully.
Brilliant, Nate. No, I appreciate you taking time out, man. It's been an absolute pleasure having you here, sharing your journey with us, inspiring all the listeners out there, because I'm sure all the followers you got, they want to know how you did it. Do you know what I mean?
And we're here to tell the story.
That's it. Absolutely, brother. But I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Pindi.
Thank you so much, man. Respect, bro.